In today's YouTube video, we're going to be looking at the macdon pack that comes as a pre-order bonus when you order Farming Simulator 25. We're going to be looking at the different things in the pack, but we're going to be doing it in a different way. We're actually going to be on the macdon site, and we're going to be going through the specifications and the sizes and the different features of each of the equipment so you can see just how realistic it is when the game finally releases. The M1 series, and specifically the M1240, is the piece of equipment that we're getting with the macdon pack. It looks really cool, it looks incredibly versatile as well, and in real life it seems very, very impressive and very cutting edge. This windrower is what you're going to need to take your harvesting to the next level and to really try something new outside of just your normal combine and forage harvester. It's got a lot of versatility, as said before, because you can attach a number of different headers to it to really give it some new use, give yourself more that you can do with one piece of equipment. The stats on this thing are very impressive as well. We're going to be looking down this section here as we don't have access to the M1170 or the M170 ONT. It uses a QSB 6.7 litre 6-cylinder Tier 4 final turbo diesel engine, which is by B20 biodiesel approved as well. Its power rating sits at 248 horsepower and goes up to 262 at peak. It weighs 6,078 kilos or 13,400 pounds. It uses a 212 volt 200 amp battery and alternator, and it uses 140 gallons of fuel. I don't know whether all of these stats are going to be in the game, but looking at this, there is a lot of specifications there that are really, really helpful and useful as well. The operator station looks incredibly high up and very nice, and the machine actually looks very similar to me to the Veneer self-propelled baler. I'm very, very, very excited to use this in the game. I think it's going to be really fun to use, and again, we'll just open up more for us to do. The first of the headers that we're going to get with the macdon pack are the D1 series, the DX140 to be precise. These headers look like they mean business, and they look like they can be equipped to many different harvesters, which is also a real plus. They have many different features and extras that you can really get out of it, which allow you to move heavy bush high, run the full length of the header up to 40 feet, which is very impressive. Twin pitch fighting in the center of the auger to drive the crops into the combine much more efficiently, and a shut-off valve as well. How much of these features are actually going to benefit and show in Farm Sim 25, I'm not entirely sure, but honestly, there is a lot here, which really, really does seem to make me very, very happy and excited. As you can see, you've got the different weights here, depending on the model. We are obviously going with the 140, so I would assume that's going to be the 12.2 meter one. You've got the single or double knife, you've got the guard types available, real type. It would be awesome if we could get some of these customization options with the actual buying of it, as opposed to it just being standard and this is the model that you're going to get. Looks very, very useful though. It's nice to have another larger header in the game that you can use with different combines, and the fact that it seems to be more efficient maybe means that with the dynamic farming we're going to get, depending on the type of header you use, means that you're going to get a different yield, which would be really, really awesome if that was a factor, because it would mean that you're going to think more about cost and effectiveness. Next up, we've got the FD140 series. These headers are drape headers and they're flexible, which again, it signifies that we may get some more dynamic farming and different crop issues that mean we're going to have to think more about the equipment that we're using in the game to get the most out of that harvest. These headers look like they're really useful for getting crops that have maybe not be in perfect conditions, or that may have laid down or may have been crushed or whatever. It means that we're still going to be able to get a decent harvest from that. They look absolutely incredible, and they really do look like they mean business as well. If I had to pick a favorite out of the DX or the FD, I think I'm veering towards the FD for my personal preference. It's really, really awesome, and it does seem to show that it has the same features and benefits as the DX series, just with a different style and a different mechanic sort of usage with the DLC. The specs on the real life header do seem to come with a bit of customization as well. You've got the single knife drive and the double knife drive, which will give you a bit more weight and a bit more versatility, although this seems to be only available on the 12.2 and the 13.7 meter width. You've got different knife types here, which will allow you to do different things, including strong mud resistant profiles. You can have the real type, the conveyor type, and the standard features such as adapters for most current model of combines. This is really cool, and again, just with the DX series, I would love it if you could customize the combine to this amount of degree, right? If you could take the header and customize it to make it most efficient on the field that you're working with. It's really nice that you can do that with a lot of combines, but if we could do that with the headers as well, that would be really, really awesome. The next piece of equipment that we're getting with the macdon pack is the PW8 series pickup header. And honestly, I think this is the one that I'm most excited about, especially if it means that we are indeed getting the different types of crops and problems that crops face with the next farming sim. It's going to lead to a much more realistic sim experience, and it's going to make it much more challenging to do, making this header much more required. I love the idea of this, and especially with the windrower, it just makes sense to have it as a pickup header. It looks incredible, and I have watched a few videos on this. The engineering that goes into it is actually mind-boggling and really, really cool. You can pretty much just go in with this thing, set it and forget it, which is amazing. There isn't as much customization, or really any customization, compared to the other headers we've looked at so far, but the fact that it comes at a standard size of 5.6 meters, effective picking width is about 4.5 meters, give or take, and the overall depth is 246 centimeters. This isn't going to be something that you use on larger fields, I don't think, but again, if there's dynamic weather and dynamic conditions and things that are going to cause your crops to go, or maybe just a more effective crop destruction, this could save your fields if you make any mistakes. I'm really, really excited about this. I think it looks genuinely incredible. Finally, in the macdon pack, we get the R2 series rotary disc headers, your basic mower. However, combine that with the windrower, I think you're in for a really fun time. Being able to mow at a fast pace and have a swath dropping available without having to go too hard or spend too much money, depending on how much this is going to cost in game, I think is a really, really nice thing. And again, you can use the windrower with a multitude of different attachments. The rotary disc header itself seems fairly decent. It looks really nice, and it does look quite wide as well. It looks efficient, it looks smart, and the specs itself are not too bad. It's about 5 meters wide, coming in at 2,154 kilos, and it has 10 to 2 blades. This is a really impressive cutter, which I think will allow you to move at a fairly decent speed and be very, very efficient with your baling and other cutting needs. It is the most basic, in my opinion, of the entire set, but it doesn't make it any less impressive. Overall, I feel that the Mac Pack series, or the macdon pack series, is incredible and a fantastic opening bonus for pre-ordering the game. Let me know in those comments down below what your favourite piece of macdon equipment is and what you're most excited to try. Or, if you are not impressed with it and think that this is not a very good pack, do let me know that as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Ciao, ciao.